Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Tasman's Foundry Virtual Tabletop version 12 from the ground up. Now, really quick, I wanted to get your guys' opinion on something. So I have officially, on my personal computer and also on my Molten hosting that I actually host with friends and stuff, I've upgraded to version 13. Now, this server, which is also on Molten hosting, I have not. It is still version 12. And I wanted to get your guys' input as to, should we go ahead and upgrade this series to version 13? What that's going to mean, basically, not necessarily, but basically what that means is we will end up having to kind of redo. I mean, version 13 changes a whole lot with the interface and how it looks, um, where buttons are, all that fun stuff. I mean, a lot of the core functionality is still there, but there is a lot of really cool features, as far as like the drag ruler type of thing. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion. What it would mean is we would pretty much, I'd like to maybe at least get a few more D&D mods, but we definitely wouldn't be doing the Pathfinder 2E portion in 12. We do that straight to 13. So our plan would probably end up being that we would kind of go over. I don't think we need to do the simple world builder again, but kind of go over the interface, what's different, the different features of version 13. And then instead of doing D&D after that, we'll go to do Pathfinder. We'll do a quick portion of an adventure on that one, part of the beginner's box, just so you can kind of see how that works out. And then probably jump into Pathfinder 2E mods. There's a bunch of those. So let me know what you guys think. Let me check really quick while I am here. I gotta hit community. Is this community? This community. I don't. Let me go see if I have any comments real quick. I don't think I got any comments. Oh, actually, maybe I did. Oh, I did actually. So I did get a comment. I believe the last episode was 59. And I got someone saying, timestamps would be really nice. So here's their actual thing. It's from Micah Michael, probably Michael Kaufman, 9941. Sorry if I slaughtered your name, probably did. Said, I'd love timestamps if that isn't too much of an issue. So I did add timestamps to that episode, basically just so you can say, oh, I don't really care. What mods did I go? I went over wall height and are you focused? So I added, those little timestamps for when I started talking about wall height, and then also are you focused. And I'll try and do that. If I forget or I don't have time to actually go through, if you happen to be watching the video and you just jot down for me the timestamp of when I start something, that could also help as well. So you don't have to do that, but that could definitely be helpful. So I did do it on episode 59, which, yes, that was last episode. And I think, yes, that is pretty much the only comment I got. So, thank you. That just looks weird to me. I don't know why. Michael Kaufman, I think it is. 9941. So let's go ahead and jump into what we're going to do. So I was going to do oh, that's actually a good one too. I could do, You know what? I think I'm going to switch it up. Two I wanted to do today was two sets that I actually did. So I want to go over one called Global Progress Clocks, which is it's a pretty handy one. And then also D&D Easy Reference, which helps you generate the references inside of your journal notes. So I think, yeah, I think we'll do that because I wanted to go over that one. So we'll do that one and we'll do that one. I'll just have to rechange them in my notes here as to which ones when. All right, so let's go ahead and enable both these modules. So if we go down, which one's going to be first? D&D first. So DFreds, D&D easy reference right here. And then we'll go all the way down to, what did I say it was? Global, I went way too far down, to global progress clocks. And both of these, now to be completely honest, I haven't really used the D&D easy reference. I have seen the little video that shows you, or the page that it's on, and it does look pretty cool. How it can actually help you generate, little things that you can just click and it will actually do it. You'll understand what I mean in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead, save both those, and we are going to start talking about them once my table comes back up. Alrighty, so now that they're both back up, I know the global progress clocks had an addition in at least version 13 because that's where I noticed it. Hopefully it's here too because it actually is pretty cool. We will see. So we're gonna go in here and check out both these. We're gonna actually do the global progress clocks first. So you can see there's three options here. There's the theme setting. So these are the colors of, for example, with the progress clock. These are the colors that you might have for the wedges. So these are the default. The background color is white and the default clock color is red. And then you can actually add your own. You guys know me, I like a nice magenta color. Actually, I could do it easier here because all I have to do is add 2 more F's and hit enter there. So there's a nice magenta. We'll actually call it magenta. I also kind of like a nice teal color. So if I hit, do I hit plus? There we go. Hit plus, we'll do a TEAL, 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 like so. And then this one we'll figure out where we want to be, kind of around here-ish. That's not too bad. And I think this can be 255. Yeah, that's beautiful. So 0255, yeah, I like that. So call that, oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Let's minimize you real quick. All right, and then we'll also add nice purple. I like my Tasman logo. I like a nice purple. Unfortunately, these are getting further and further off the screen. So I don't know what color my actual purple is. I've never really paid attention to that. So we'll do that, and there we go. So here's these new colors we have. We'll call this one purple. PURPLE. Oh, that reminds me, did I actually finish my upgrade on this? It did. Good. I need to launch my player screen so you can actually see what the player sees. All right, give me that. We're all good there. And close that. All right, Tazzy should, oh, look at that. It's loading because it's flashing. That's so awesome. I love it. All right, so that's your first option. You have the default background color. What color do you want for the background when it's not, the little pie pieces are ticked? And then the default color when they are ticked. So you can just set one if you always want it to be the same color. You can also set your own, which is really cool. Let's go ahead back up here and look at our next. So this is the location. Now, what I found, especially with Pathfinder 2e, is having this down here is not very good because, like, when you go into combat, all of a sudden, using PF2e HUD or other things, it seems to, a lot of times there's a box that might appear down here, such as your combat tracker or something like that. So I've actually found I like it better in the top right, which will put it up this way. And with like Pathfinder 2e where they put the little effects, actually here we have that mod that does that as well. It seems to do pretty good there. Then we have distance from the top or bottom in pixels. Um, that is basically off of, so right now it's the bottom, it's 0 off the bottom. That'll put it 0 off the top. So if we do that, you'll now see it's nice and high up here. If we want it, so, you know, if we don't have to have that shrunk, we can actually move it down if we want by setting that other option. So if we say by pixels, let's just say maybe 20 and see how far down that goes. So there you go. So 20 pixels is from right there down to there. So I'm not going to go much further than that. And I'm already seeing that the version 13 is the one that also has the, what was it called? Points or something like that. So that would be something we'd actually get to look at because it works in Pathfinder 2e. So anyway, let's go and look how we actually do this. So if you want to add a clock, what you can do is you click add clock, you simply give it a name and you tell it its size. So we're going to call this clock, how about timer to the end? Dun, 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 something like that. Let's go ahead. So you have these options that pop up here that when you click it, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. There wasn't a 7, but I said that. You can also just type in the value you want. So if we wanted, say, is 9 in there? 9's not in there. So we do 9. You'll see it accepted that. Then we can choose our color. The default would be that red, or we can say, oh, I want it to be a nice teal one. Then you can make it so it's private, so only the GMs can see it, so you can keep track of something, or you can set it private, so only you can. Or if you don't do that, it will actually be public to your players as well. So we're gonna hit complete, and now you can see we have a timer to the end. If we go over here, let me see, I need to pull this one up just a little bit. So now you can see we have the timer to the end here as well. So there's nothing we can really do about hiding it from these, but if the player wants to be able to see really well, all they have to do is unselect a character. Do I have that where I can unselect the characters? Configure, left click to deselect. It says it is. Or we just, let's click on, is this like frozen? Why is it not changing? Oh, actually, I know why. Because I don't own those characters. We own this guy down here. There we go. We'll just go ahead and get rid of his rage. So anyway, here you can see actually what it looks like. I'm going to move this over here just so we can actually... Oh, that's not going to work either. Dang it. We're going to have to move this one. We're going to have to move our player. Okay. We'll move the admin over. So all you have to do then as the admin, if you want to, you know, add a point on there or add a little wedge, you just simply left click and there you go. So you could say, oh, look, there goes one round in 9 rounds. It's the timer blows up, the world blows up. So left click again. If you right click, so if for whatever reason they're able to kind of make it go backwards, you can right click and it will actually take it down. So really kind of cool. And you can actually add multiple, of course, you can add many clocks and stuff like that. You can also then click delete right here to get rid of it. Or if you're like, you know what, 9 is way too many, I'm changing it to 5. You can come in here and say, I'm changing it to 5. Current value, I'm going to leave it at 2 where it was before. Then we're going to say confirm. And now you see it automatically updated on their screen as well. If we add a second one saying, how about res for resurrection? And this one will have a 5 as well. And this one I'm going to just have private. So you, obviously, you know, you're going to know what it's going to look like. And we'll make it nice magenta. We'll hit confirm. And now we have this one that's hidden. We can always go back in here and edit it and set it to not hidden. but now we can actually keep track of multiple timers, you know, as the GM that we want to actually track. So really cool, simple mod. Your other option obviously is to delete them. Once you delete it, it is gone forever though. So be a little careful with that. All right, I'm going to move back over my other one and let's go talk about this other mod. Where's the D&D 5e or D&D easy reference. All right, so we have that one. Let's go and look. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of chances to look at this one. Someone just DM'd me saying, hey, this looks like a pretty cool one. So I just wanted to check it out. So let's see D&D two. That's super easy. Two options. Prose mirror gap reduction. Don't know what that is, but apparently it reduces the gap to prevent prose mirror from breaking into two lines when adding a D&D menu. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but that's okay. You can play with it and tell me. And then we have our thing here that is where we are actually setting what things we want to show in the list of what we can actually set. So we can have it so we can easily do saving throws, checks, attack formula, damage formula, healing formula, awards, lookup, rules. We're going to leave everything so we can just kind of get an idea, creature types, all that fun stuff. So that's basically all for that part as far as configuration. Now let's go into a journal. And let's just create a new one. I'm just going to basically be a default one. I think it's still going to be Monk's Journal, but it'll just be a text type. So we're going to say this is EASYREF. And I don't need it in a folder. We'll go ahead and do that. And boom, there we go. So here's our easy reference. So if we come into here, we will see, I think it's these books, if I'm right. So we can come in here and we can actually click on these books and you can see these different things. So let's say we want to have in here acrobatics check, right? So we can come in here, click acrobatics, and as you can see, this is going to create a reference to acrobatics. If we hit save, boom, now you can see we actually have a link to acrobatics, so that if you mouse over it, you can actually see the skill information. Super exciting, right? Let's go ahead. As you can see, those are just references. So that's what we're doing. Let's go and look at so damage creature. Let's go do maybe, is this all? Wait a second. This doesn't do any of it, right? Nope. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Horizontal rule. Okay. All right. Well, let's go play with some of these other ones. So let's do ritual magic or something. So that's also a reference. I'm trying to find where the non-reference ones are. We have a strength. No, that should be a check, right? Maybe. I don't know. Strength check. Nope. Another reference. We're finding lots of references. Anyway, one thing you can actually do that's really handy with these type of things is you can see what the verbiage is. You can see, oh, ACR is acrobatics, ritual, you just write ritual. The reference is going to make it so that, you know, it knows that this is a pop-up. So I just mouse over it and it actually shows those things. Let's see if we can find advice, quest, treasure. I'm not missing anything there, am I feel like there's going to be another one that actually does the other part, but I'm not seeing it. And styles doesn't do anything. All right, well, let's just continue. So damage types, another reference. Beautiful. Okay, so everything's reference. I'm going to go to the end again, hit enter. And then I'm going to go, so damage, our damage types we have. Let's just say monstrosity, another reference, which is kind of what we're expecting. Maybe that's heading level. That's for a table. I want to see, maybe am I missing something? Maybe it's this one. No, that's highlighting. I might have to go tell it to show me the thing because I could swear you just did it here. We have one left. Okay. All right. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit enter there. Let's do the next one. Keep hitting that other one. Advice. Aha. Okay, now we're actually getting something. So advice. This is an advice block. Can we get out of the advice block? There we go. So 2 carriage returns will get us out of it. I'm gonna hit enter a bunch of times because we might get more of those type of things. All right, so these ones at the very, I don't know why I keep clicking on that. So this is the quest block. Very nice. Oh my gosh, I really want that one to do it. Treasure block. Okay. Another style narrative. Oh, hold on, Control Z. I thought I was inside. Now do a narrative. So there's a narrative box. And our last box here is notable. So these will give you those little boxes. I don't know where that other thing is, so I'm going to pull it up really quick because actually you'll be able to see it too. We'll do it together. We'll figure this out. All right, so let's go to manage modules and go to D&D Easy Reference. Click on the little link. See, now look, they have, well, I'm going to make it big. Not that big, sorry. I meant bigger. Maybe I'm not. Download play. Okay, let's hit play. So they're clicking on the book. Hold on, I'm going to make it big anyway. So they're clicking on the book, and so they get this. This is what I was looking at when someone sent me this. I was like, oh, that's really cool. So is it so easy reference? I'm not seeing all that stuff. How rude. Do you think? Let's go check something. Maybe in our settings. Let's close that real quick. Maybe I was reading the settings wrong. So easy reference. Do they have to be? I mean, that to me looks like it's off. Or maybe, I wonder if it's because select menus to be displayed in prose. I wonder if my thing's not set to prose mirror. That could be it also. So let's go ahead. I'm going to hit close on everything so I can reopen it to see if that works. All right, so we have that now. Hit easy ref. Go here. What in what? I didn't do enough to actually do all that. Now I'm really confused. Because all we did was I know, so this might be a good troubleshooting, but I'm really confused now because all we did was turn off saving throws, attack throws, and healing formulas. And if we go in here, let's see if saving throws. So we were only seeing here, right? Did we get this too? No, we didn't get this either. I'm really confused as to why we're seeing it now. But that's okay, because now we can actually do the other types. Although now they're way down here. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna zoom that down. I'm gonna hit save so we have more space. All right, so we'll do some of these other ones just so you can see it. But there is one thing I did think about, and I believe it might be in the default settings. If I remember right, there's somewhere in here maybe that you might have to make sure that prose mirror is the one that is on there. I kind of feel like it might be inside one of those, but let's do this. PROS. All. It's right there. I feel like it's in open configuration. I know I've seen it somewhere. Default sheets. No, no, no. I just want to make sure that if it's there somewhere. Although we're at 25 minutes, I don't have time for this. Maybe I'll look for it off camera and see if there was anything. I might even be thinking of version 13 had it or something. But anyway, you could now, I don't know why, but now you can actually see the other thing. So if you want to do a check, you can actually come in here and say, okay, the difficulty is going to be 15. Do I want it the short format or the long format? That will just give more details on it. Is it passive? No idea what that is. Combination is going to say, it's going to add down here if it's multiple types. So if this is, what was this one? We're doing, this was the, says enricher. I don't remember what we clicked on this. We clicked checks. So this is just a check. So if we want to do a check, let's add a strength. Question is does it, would it know that this is a contested? Well, maybe there's a contested one. Let's just leave it strength or something. We'll change maybe acrobatics check. So then you hit confirm, and now you can see way down here, not where I wanted it. We can see that this is the verbiage for doing a check. You do bracket bracket slash check ACR for acrobatics. The DC equals 15, and the format is long. So if we come over here now, hit save, you can see. Did I hit save? Or maybe you can't see. All right, it's being a little weird, and I'm not sure why. Let's try a different one real quick. Is this another, that didn't even do anything. Weapons mastery didn't do anything. Rules. Let's go ahead. Here is the, I guess, push rule. Confirm. So reference push. Okay, another bunch of the references. There it goes. I don't know what it was. So anyway, this is what I kind of wanted to show with this is as the GM, you can actually click this and it will actually do rolls and stuff. So if we go here, we can actually click the die, and I don't have selected or assigned to actor. I need to have someone selected. So we'll go ahead and do that. Did I minimize it or close it? I think I closed it. So now that we have them selected, we can come in here and scroll down. So we can do, I have to go here again. I'm making life really difficult. So go to here. So now if I click that, you can see this is going to do a dexterity acrobats check for Merrick. So as the GM, I'd be able to do this now. If I want the player to do it, then I would actually click the chat bubble here, and then they get the little request, and then they can actually click it. So if we go look at our player real quick, which is right here, we go in here, you can see this is where they can actually do the roll. So one of the nice things is this gives you the actual verbiage that you're going to want. Don't know what to do if it doesn't show you all things. Maybe close it all out and reopen it. The other thing I wanted to do really quick was we'll do the same one. That was a check, right? No, that wasn't a check. That was, I want to do the exact same thing. Maybe do this. Yeah, that was a check. So that was an acrobatics check. So I'm going to show you the short formula for it as well. So this will actually just do it as, let's do athletics. DC is going to still be 15. We're going to use short format this time. Leave the passive as is and go and do a confirm. And it actually put it up here instead because that's where my cursor was. Control X. We'll go ahead and move it down here just so you can see the differences, and then do V. So if I save this one, hopefully, there we go. You can see that it's pretty much the same. It doesn't say check. So there you go. Um, Short version doesn't say check. It just puts it like that. That's pretty funny. So yeah, I think we're at 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode. Um, Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Click that little notification bell. Tell other people about my channel. Have them check it out. If they like what they see, they can sub. We grow the channel. Everybody wins. And join my Discord channel. Great way to talk with me and stuff. I have gotten sometimes Discord messages asking how something works, and I'll usually reply. Or I think I have let me check real quick. I think I have a Foundry VTT section. Yes, I do. In fact, it's a huge section, way bigger than my other game chats. But anyway, you can also chat with me there and, ask questions and stuff. So that is it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.